And now, welcome to Non Sequitur with Kyle Curtis and Steve McRae.
He didn't even acknowledge that the guy said his name. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm happy to be here. I hope you are too. I worked all day on that.
We can
All
tell.
day. Yeah. Uh, Welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to do something a little bit different than our normal shows. We're having kind of an open mic night. And yes, you guys out there can join in on the fun if you'd like. I'm still waiting to hear back on something that's supposed to take place after this. Steve, if you will, please let me know as soon as you hear
Yes,
something back.
I don't think everyone saw that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Not yet, but I'll let you know.
if you would like to join, we just let us know in the live chat. You can tag me or Steve, the at non sequitur or at Steve McRae, and we will bring you in through Skype. So make sure that you have Skype. That'll be the way that we bring you in. But if you have something that you want to say, maybe something that you have written or a comedy bit that you want to try out, this is your opportunity. And we are joined by a couple people here. One of them knows why they are here. The other one, I'm not so sure. Maybe he's figured it out by now. Frustrated Atheist and Ansgar. I hope I'm saying that correct, right?
Yeah, Ansgar is more, appropriate, but I don't give a shit if you fuck up my name a little.
Okay. So I'll call you Agnarak then. How's that work?
Just call me OnStar. That's fine.
OnStar. I like that. Well, welcome to both of you, and happy birthday to Steve again. Steve is 50 today. So how does it feel to be the big 5-0?
No, I still have a year for that. I'm 49.
Oh, Steve, go on.
You are now officially pushing 50, though.
Officially, yeah.
I believe this is that constitutes over the hill, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no, you hit that at 30. I hate to break it to you. I did get confirmation. It is next Thursday. They apologize for any miscommunication.
Next Thursday. Okay. Yeah. So we'll have plenty of time to do that. Next Thursday is when we will be on the Drunken Peasants. I think we had miscommunication there. So on the schedule on the side, it's going to say tonight, but that is next Thursday. So just disregard. 30 is not over the hill. 30 is like over the bump, like a speed bump.
Yeah, you keep
think of life as a hill, Steve. Right? You have you like logic and reasoning. So if you have a picture of a hill and it does this, right? So the whole entire thing. Oh, what am I doing? I have a whiteboard. Why am I trying to draw it in the air? Okay, so follow me here, right? You have a mountain, right? So this mountain represents life. Okay,
that looks like a boob.
Now I think let's say that everybody, let's say the average is you want to live to 100, right? Just roughly.
That's not an average.
What's the average length of time that people live now?
Like 76 for men or something.
76. Okay, so let's do that. 76.
Well, my mom's 89. She's really good. 89. I gotta say.
Let's do 76. Right. That means that the hill mark right here would be 38. That's half of your life, right? Yeah. So on the model, then over the hill would be 39. See how we just used logic and reasoning to determine that 39 is when you're over the hill, not 30. So I am not yet over the hill. That was a good exercise.
Yeah, there's a theory and there's in practice.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Colloquially,
maybe it's 30. Colloquially, maybe it's 30. But using logic and reasoning and math, it's 39.
Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide.
Yeah, I like Kyle's math there.
No, I agree. I tell you, I even at 49, I don't really feel much different than I was when I was 29. I mean, I just have less abilities to like jump over walls and run like I used to. Back then, I was in really good shape. I was very athletic. Now, not so much.
Have you found that you needed to do that? Is that a?
Well, I mean, I kept in shape after the military. I mean, I was always pretty decent shape. I used to rock climb a little bit, and I could run 5 miles no problem.
Yeah. You know what? Technically, though, there's not a hill for me because I'm going to live forever. So
Assholes usually
I
do.
will,
Yeah.
I will be one of those people that load my memory up into a computer. So the non sequitur show in 100 years will still be rolling on, man. Still be
It'll
going.
be in the cloud.
Yep, we'll be talking to people who don't think
Instead
that
of
the cloud's real.
Alexia, you ask Kyle.
See, I think that the whole mind in a computer thing, that's just too, I don't know, too impersonal. I'd rather be a head in a jar like on Futurama.
Well, you wouldn't know. It's a deep conversation, and one that I've like watched everything that pretty much there is on it. And Isaac Arthur's been sent me some things to look into it, and the way that they lay it out, it's almost like you wouldn't know any differently. You know what I mean? Like what they're going to do is what makes you aside from your physical being is everything that's up here, right? And so the only thing that would be of a different situation, something vastly different would be your physical self. You'd still have all of this up here.
But doesn't the physical self have a huge impact on the mind? And so separating the physical from what people think of as the self, wouldn't that fundamentally alter what the self was?
Maybe. We don't know. I mean, there's no way to know. But you have two choices, ultimately. I mean, you don't have these two choices because it's not a thing yet. But let's say this was an actual thing that was happening. Here are your two options. You can either die and not have any of that, or you can continue to persist, and maybe you have to get adjusted to some new surroundings that may or may not alter who you are. Ultimately, it's, do you want to continue or not?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm a living creature. I mean, I'm biologically programmed to want to be immortal. That's how we, continue on and survive. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that if the self is an illusion, which a lot of neuroscientists are saying now, and that we really just exist in this moment, and every experience is basically almost like you're in a minor way a new person, then certainly removing biological impulses from this set of memories that we identify as a self would fundamentally alter who you were. You wouldn't really be the person you were thinking of anymore, but instead you would be something new. You'd be something different.
But would you be aware of that? Would be the question. I mean, it would still be
even you were
thoughts.
though. You got to recall that reality, as we perceive it, is just that, what we perceive to be reality. Everything in reality may not even exist in the way that we perceive it to be. We don't actually interact with anything. There couldn't be something that, if you think about it, what is matter? All it is all forces. It does. There's no such thing as exactly like electrons don't exist. They're zero dimensional. Objects can say that they don't exist, called mereological nihilism. So we have no idea what it even means to say it's reality any longer. So if we can make something similar in a environment where the brain just exists as some kind of artificial substrate, and then have a mind incorporated on that, I don't think we'd probably even notice any difference.
Substrate's the key word. And two, here's another question. Like if we got to that level where we could do that, where we could upload your mind, surely they could have a process where they could clone you, essentially.
Yeah.
If they have your cells or whatever, so they'll just grow you another Kyle. Just have one in the closet hanging out, waiting to be for the disc to be slid in and go about.
I like that you said in the closet.
Oh yeah. That's where all cows start. Here's the thing, though. Like I mean, if you think about it, it would make life like a video game almost, right? Because you could essentially be in a car wreck, right, and have died, and if you have that little, however they're going to upload your mind or whatever, just pop it out, take it, and
I'm telling you, there would be a whole subculture of people who experienced death on purpose just to experience it, because the consequences of death would be removed.
Here's the biggest question that I have about it, though, and why I think there's a lot of ethical concerns with doing something like this. What if you are somebody that is a psychopath, and you go on a rampage and you kill a bunch of people, right? And you've made a copy of your whatever your bootable disk is. They arrest you, somebody that you know goes and activates another one of you, what do they do with that person? Because it wasn't that physical thing that went and killed all those people, but the memories tied to it did. So what do you do in that situation?
If you go with the whole well-being scenario of ethics, if there is reason to believe that this person, if there is enough adequate reason to know, really that this person will commit the same sorts of atrocities, then it would be moral. It would be morally justified to make sure that they are incapable of doing that.
Oh, you don't see the issue there with that though? What if
that's more of a yeah, but the problem with that is that you're condemning somebody before they've actually committed the crime.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
that brings the whole ethical thing up.
But hold on. You've already taken the position that basically you are the same person once that's happened.
Are you?
So but is there potential to change though?
Are you the same person?
Is there potential to change?
Well, then, if that's the case, if we know that much about the mind, then at that point, wouldn't we be able to do something like search inside that person's mind and decide whether or not they are likely to commit the same crime?
I don't think that'd be possible. I just think that it's because that physical body or whatever of the person that he was re-uploaded to, kind of as a backup, I guess, didn't commit it. And how do we know that the environment that person's in, maybe he doesn't experience the same sort of like environmental influences that would lead to that decision?
Well, the thing is though, if you're going to classify that as the same person, if you're saying that the physical, we're not worried about the physical, we're only saying that because it's the same mind, it's the same person. That's kind of how we've been talking. Then you have to see that string of memories as the same person.
See, I would look at it this way. There's something called the indiscernibility of identicals, and what that basically means that if two things have exactly the same properties, then they're the same thing. But in the situation where I have a mind and some other entity has the same mind, you could make the argument that even though they're almost the same properties, there are spatio-temporally different from each other. They're in a different space-time location than we are, so they're not the exact same properties. You can't say that they're absolutely the same thing as you can with the indiscernibility of identicals. So you're kind of attributing that other thing with the same properties as the other one, saying if the other one committed the crime that other one has, and I don't know if that would, like Kyle said, ethically necessarily follow. Now,
it's just the same. It's just the same mind. It's just the same mind, not the same body here. We're not talking about the cloning. We're not bringing the cloning thing on here. It's just the same mind, right? So the other physical properties of that other body that it is uploaded to, let's say, for example, could cause that brain to act completely different.
Yeah,
okay, so we're not talking about cloning the person. We're just talking about just the mind in a brand new body. Well, I mean, at that point, I think that if I guess we'd have to know enough about the mind and the memories and what caused their actual illness to determine whether or not this person is equally as ill.
This is my question.
Hello?
Hey, we'll be right with you.
I just wanted to see if I was in here or not.
Yeah, we'll be right with you. The thing is, though, it creates an entire should that person even be essentially bothered to have to be like examined or any of that stuff, because they didn't do anything wrong. Technically, they just were activated. Essentially, they haven't made any decisions yet.
Well, here's the thing. If a manufacturer, right, makes let's say a car, and the first one that they make, let's say it's self-driving car, kills a bunch of people, right? And then they say, okay, I'm going back to the drawing board and I'm going to make a new car. and it's not going to have all the same problems, but they build it off the same architecture, right? It's basically the same computer program, but they slightly modified it. Do we not have the right to say, listen, man, we got to at least examine what you're doing before we let you put this out into the public?
That's a car, though. We're talking about people with individual liberties. I mean, there's another question.
Well,
Are they people?
I understand that, but
There's a good question.
but this now we're in a unique position where we actually have a history of at least something with a basically almost identical operating system. And I think we can at least say, listen, we need to just at least have you examined. We're not saying we're locking you up. We're not saying we're doing anything, but we need to examine you.
The biggest question out of all of this would be which operating system would we go with? I would obviously go with Mac. Mac OS would be my. I'd have to have an Apple mine.
So you want it to cost twice as much and have half the capabilities. Got it.
It would definitely be a Linux machine. That's what it would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might cost twice as much, and it may have half the capabilities, but it is as reliable as fuck. And it's not overcomplicated. Like, see, if you had let's say you had an Android upload, right? You would have all kind of too many customized things.
You're
too many customizable
things.
Human.
Too many customizations. It's bad enough that Android comes on phones, but there's actually Android operating systems you can get for your computer, very similar ones too. And it's like, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you put Android on a computer? Are you insane?
I don't know. I don't get it either.
It makes no sense to me.
I keep wanting to have an Apple versus Android debate. I've booked the show twice.
Oh, I would go Apple over Android any day.
Both times.
I hate Android.
The people. Is there anybody that would like to have an Apple or be interested in having an Apple versus Android? If you're in the live chat, tag me and let me know. Also, I guess
wait. Why not Apple versus why not Apple versus Android versus Windows versus Linux?
Because I'm mainly talking when I talk about that, I'm mainly talking about phones. That would have to be a completely different debate because there's too many. Each aspect has too many different things that you could talk about. So I'm mainly talking about phones.
You're saying you're going to go with Apple, the one where it comes late to the party with all the features.
It comes what?
It comes late to the party. Like everything that they said, hey, look, this is incorporated in the Apple phone. It's like, yeah, Android already had that like years ago.
Yeah, no, but see, the thing is, Apple perfects it. Like what I found with Android is they'll get a cool little feature and they just throw it out there, and it crashes. Because I used to have an Android phone. I had an Android phone for a long time, and then I switched over to Apple. And I looked back and I was like, what in the fuck was I doing with Android?
Well,
because
the thing is, whenever it first came out, from that point until the point that Apple came out with it, Android already perfected.
Oh, I disagree. So, but we can have this. We can have this debate if you'd like. This might be fun. Let's do a. By the way, if you're just joining us out there, we're doing an open mic night. It's a show for you guys, about you guys, and if you have something to share, like something that you've written, if you're a stand-up comedian by chance and you have some jokes you want to try out, I think Jim Majors is going to come in and freestyle here in a little bit. He raps, so Jim's going to do a rap for us. This is your time, so come in and join us. We'll get to the guys that we have in here now here in just a second. I wanted to talk about something that I watched it, and there's no way we cannot say anything about it. It's just not possible. This is just so triggering for me. Let's see what he has to say. And Dave, let's stop it every 10 seconds, I guess, so that we don't get hit with a DMCA since it's off of a news channel. They do that every time.
Ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a adorable daughter and a precious son, What would happen if a few years from now, when they're teens, young adults, they came to you and said that they think that they might be gay?
Okay,
or
Dave, let's stop right
lesbian?
there.
Well,
Stop right there.
Address.
Steve, you have a daughter. If she came to you and said that she was gay, how would you respond?
Well, since I told her when she gets older, she only has two options. She either could become a lesbian or a nun, and I prefer that she's not Catholic. I wouldn't really care. So yeah, wouldn't bother me in the least.
Oh, you're not going to let her be straight. This is a whole different problem.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a dad. The thought of that still creeps me out. Yeah.
Oh man, the alt-right is going to annihilate us now. We just became. I can hear it now. The the LGBTQ organization has become so entrenched in their beliefs that now they are not letting our people be straight.
Exactly. No, I want to care. She definitely knows the difference. She doesn't care either. My daughter is raised very well when it comes to understanding that there are people out there, the pieces of crap, and she doesn't understand how anybody could have any bias toward anybody's religion, sexual preference, color. She's already been exposed to all that stuff. She's a well-adjusted kid.
Now I have a question here for everybody, as for the entire panel. When speaking to someone, or when you're watching something and you're trying to see if you should take their advice, right? Because ultimately that's what we're all doing when we watch things. We're looking for in a conversation who seems to have the right set of facts or knows what they're talking about or whatever. Do you ever take anyone seriously when they're in a news interview and they have that hat on, or a hat period with a suit like that?
Oh, I don't
No.
take anyone seriously, period.
No. Okay,
I take people seriously, but no, not someone with a ball cap and a suit.
Yeah, no.
Warren,
Just this guy
Warren-
alone, no.
Warren Beast in the live chat said, "Who is that guy? Did Brett Keane shave?" All right,
I'm not.
let's.
I'm not opposed to the ball cap with the suit, because I'm a Cheap Trick fan. But the MAGA hat, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there'd be difference. Like, okay, taking a guy seriously in a baseball cap and a suit at a baseball game. Okay,
Correct.
fine. But if you're coming on to a news program and I don't know,
Correct.
it just seems a little.
Yeah, it's unprofessional. Number one, what he's doing is he's trying to send a message. He's trying to trigger people. That's why he did this. This was a purposely done. I mean, I don't care. You can wear whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, I instantly don't take anything you say credibly. You know what I mean? But hey, do it. It's fine. It's easy to identify bigots like that. Go ahead.
I look at this guy and I see that he is completely and utterly unbiased whatsoever.
All right, let's hear how he answers this question then.
My daughter first, as I would take her for a pedicure.
Oh, that's
take
nice.
her to get her nails done.
Oh, that's lovely.
See if she could swim.
Huh?
If it was my son, I would probably take him hunting. I would take him fishing. Then I'd see if he could swim.
All right, stop right there.
So can I translate that? Can I translate that?
One second. So when you say the list of things like that, he is he starts out okay. He starts out pretty good. He wants to take his daughter to get a pedicure. Wants to take her, out to get her nails done. That's lovely father-daughter time. I have no issue with that. It's when he gets to the swimming part. We'll suss that out here more in just a second. But okay, who wanted to talk? To translate what he was saying?
Well, translation. I would take my daughter for a pedicure. I'd take her, whatever that second thing was, and then I'd drown her. That's the translation for you.
That's what he means. Although he never says that, and he never admits to saying.
Oh no,
so
with that grin, he's done that before to somebody. With that grin, this guy has dead bodies in his basement. Okay,
allegedly,
he has tasted human flesh before. He knows what that
allegedly
is.
And you'll see in a minute the way it goes in the next few minutes confirms, that he is saying he'll drown her just by the way he acts and talks. And the other thing is,
I think we all
There's no
yeah,
doubt
we all see
I
that.
just
Yeah.
say there's no doubt in my mind that after he was on TV, he went home, he went down to his basement, he lowered the basket into the pit, and he said, "It puts the lotion on its skin."
Good movie. Heat Shield in the live chat says, "No, guys, he wasn't talking about drowning his kids. What the hell, Heat Shield? Please don't even begin to tell me that you're going to defend against him claiming that he would drown his kids. That's irrefutable."
Okay.
So
What would he what else would he be saying? Like, why would you say in that tone?
Yeah.
I would see if she knows how to swim. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't even.
Please, yeah, please get out. That's insulting to our intelligence to think that he wasn't talking about drowning his kids. All right, let's see what else it says.
What do you mean you would see if they could swim?
I just want to make sure they could swim.
Listen to her voice.
What do
It's
you
just
mean?
the
by
voice
that?
of
That's
she's
it.
just
I mean, I've taken
incredulous
them
right now.
out to
She's
do
like
activities.
in disbelief.
Okay. So there have been.
So as a whole, are you saying that the LGBTQ community expresses evil and hatred?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle,
Yes.
I'm going to need you to get off. I'm going to need you to get off your own show because you're spreading hateful and evil and vile things right now, sir.
Well, look, it obviously that's what we do. We pride ourselves on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him tell you what group we're akin to, because he does say who he. And by the way, Heat Shield, I'm still waiting in watching the live chat to hear why you don't think he's talking about drowning his kids. Kyle,
If
I
he's
just got
not
here.
talking about drowning his kids, then Casey
Okay,
Anthony didn't kill her daughter.
Yeah, okay. He didn't know who we were talking about. He just said he just got here. Yeah. Well, make sure that next time you watch a little bit until you make the judgment that no, he wasn't talking about drowning his kids. What the hell? I mean, you can't jump to that conclusion if you didn't see what we were talking about yet. Obviously. All right, go ahead, Dave.
They're the most evil spreading and hate-filled group in this country. They're the closest thing to political terrorism in America. No question about it. If they do not get their way, they attack people, they attack their businesses, they make it hard on people. And I'm a little wise to their tricks. You know, like some of the emails that we're getting, a lot of these accounts are brand new accounts. I think they're a systematic group because they're so small in number that try to make themselves bigger than they are so that people pay attention to them and they can extort people economically. They
All right,
can
Dave, you can stop.
prey on people because...
How much is left in the video, Dave? Dave?
I was looking. There's about 15 seconds left. There's really not much else for him to say.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's the gay mafia and gay ISIS combined?
Yes. And here's what it must not be in this clip, but what he also says is that we are no different than the KKK. That's who he compares us to. And the news the news anchor, first of all, I think let him off way too easy. But she tried to make the distinction that the KKK obviously suppressed a group of people's freedoms. The LGBTQ group is trying to increase their own freedoms. They're fighting for freedoms. So in one instance, one fights against freedoms of another group. In another instance, a group is fighting for their freedoms. And he says that we are trying to close down businesses. We're trying to intimidate people. No, people get so what's the word? Whiny and uncomfortable, and they just turn into total bitches when a group of people tries to come up and challenge the status quo, and that's what he's doing. He's in West Virginia.
Well,
He's playing to a base. And by the way, people are asking about his eyes. He's blind. That's That's why his eyes are like that. He is a blind man.
Hey,
Anyway.
I just want to say that logically, the gay community cannot be like the KKK because no self-respecting gay person would wear white after Labor Day.
Well, too, I think in their sheets they only use like 100 count thread. So yeah, that definitely wouldn't go for a gay person. It's got to at least be Egyptian cotton. Now, if they have Egyptian cotton robes, maybe, I don't know. People like this, like they're calling for his resignation, which I think probably will happen. And I think should happen. And here's why. It's not so much that he has an opinion or that he's against the LGBTQ community. Now, personally, I would like for everybody who is in a lawmaker's position to be open to everyone. You're not always going to get that, but I don't. People are allowed to be racist. That's just part of the freedoms that we have in this country. However, you have to really take into consideration the mindset and the common sense and the reasoning that somebody who is a lawmaker would actively go into a news studio and say that they would drown their children if they came out as gay. I question his mental faculties at that point, because that is just a stupid thing to do.
I want to know how this guy ever got laid. How did he even have kids?
I don't know, but he's proof that not only can he's not only physically blind, but he's mentally blind and morally blind too. That's permeated to other aspects of who he is. He's just a terrible.
All I gotta say is,
if
this guy can get laid, incels have no fucking excuse.
Right?
Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. It's but you know what? He's a Trump supporter, so I mean, there you go. And he's proud of it. Those are the people that not all of them support. Not everybody that supports Trump is like that, but the ones that do and actively are proud of it, wear the hats like that everywhere, are looking to do stuff like that. Like, and what do you do if you're his daughter or son? Like, knowing that your dad would be willing to drown you if, obviously I think he was being hyperbolic. I don't think he would actually drown his kids. I don't think that we can go that far, but
he thought he was being funny. He thought he was being funny is what it is. Which is kind of with the sick.
Yeah, I'm sure they're so indoctrinated, they honestly probably would think that it's a warranted response, at least until they get to the point that they're sexually aware enough that that's even a possibility for them to know that they might be homosexual or something like that,
Yeah. He's going to learn a lesson, though. He's going to learn a lesson that you can't say things like this. You can't make jokes like this as a lawmaker in a news interview and there not be repercussions. Does he have the freedom to say it? Absolutely. But is he immune from the consequences socially that come with that? Absolutely not. And I think that he's going to feel that very soon. So just think about that next time you.
Did we lose Kyle?
Yeah, I think we lost Kyle. Kyle, we can't hear you.
Kyle, your mic. Wait, go like this. Do the mic thing. He's not looking at us. I can't. He's not looking at us. Mike.
He can't even see you, Lewis.
Hey, he's not. He's back.
Oh, I go on.
You couldn't even see us. You were looking down, and we couldn't hear you.
I go on. I've done like maybe 4 interviews, like on other shows or whatever. Never an issue. For some reason, it hates non sequitur. It hates its own show. I don't know. I just can't get to the part of actual drowning. I just heard you say kids swim. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, that's okay, Heat Shield. I was just wondering why in the hell you were saying that after reading pretty much. That's what he was saying. So, Agnarak.
Yes.
We're gonna start with you. What you got for us?
Okay, so I think this needs a little bit of setup here. So I forget who it was, but someone said something that was just complete word salad woo nonsense, and I quote tweeted it. I
Steve?
responded it with my own. No, it wasn't Steve. We weren't talking about agnostics and atheists, so it's all good. I don't remember who it was, but I made my own. But then Steve responded actually with his own word salad nonsense, and pretty soon we just had this giant thread of people making up, and you could almost kind of follow the conversation, and so we decided to start writing some actual word salad poetry. And so that's what I have here, and I've got two that are probably pretty good. One's actually appropriate for the day, so we'll start with the one that's actually appropriate and see what's up. All right, here. All right, so. To give you and also to give you an idea, this one is not necessarily in the style of any particular person that we know, whereas the next one is you'll probably recognize. So, what is love? Love is quantum entanglement of the physical reality, the metaphysical reality with the cosmic oneness. How can we know love? To know love, we must ascend beyond the ego and communicate with the waves of the ephemeral truth. Who should we love? To know who we love, we must transcend the mind to the quantum oneness and love all who greet us. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
I wrote an e-card similar to that, by the way.
Written by Mr. Intelligent.
Right. All right. Does somebody else want to read theirs first before I go to the next one?
Sure. John?
Let him go. Mine's going to take a couple minutes.
All right. All right. So this is while I can't do the voice.
Frustrated Atheist and John are appearing on a show and neither are ready to do their thing.
Oh, I'm ready. I'll go if you want me to.
We gave you plenty of prep time too.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
By the way,
I'm
let me read mine real quick. Mine's real fast because it relates to his thing. I wrote an e-card way back when, many years ago, and it says, "You are the light of my life, and I want to be entangled with you forever." Is that romantic?
That's kind of cute.
Wow.
That's kind of cute.
It is very cute.
Well, so
all right.
I'm not gonna do my poem yet, but here's a quick joke. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this guy gets a new job, and it's his first day at work, and he's standing around a water cooler with all the fellas. And one of the guys says, "Hey, I'll tell you what, we're all going golfing tomorrow. Would you like to join us?" The new guy says, "Well, yeah, that sounds good." Dude says, "All right. Thing is, be there at 8 o'clock in the morning on the dot. Don't be late. The starter's a real stickler about teeing off on time." The guy says, "Well, look, I'll golf tomorrow, but I could be 5 or 10 minutes late." I said, "Well, all right, we'll see what happens." He shows up the next day right on time. He tees off left-handed, shoots the course 5 under par. All his workmates are like, they're blown away. They're like, "What the hell, man? So you're right-handed. You shot the course 5 under par. I mean, where did you learn to golf like that?" He says, "Oh, I don't know, just natural." I said, "I'll tell you what, we're going to golf again tomorrow. You want to join us?" He says, "Yeah, I'll play again tomorrow. But again, I could be 5 or 10 minutes late." He said, "Well, all right." Next day, he shows up right on time. This time, instead of right-handed, he tees off left-handed, shoots the course 6 under par. All the guys are at the 19th hole, they're having drinks. They're just amazed by him. They're like, "My God, like left-handed, right-handed. Why aren't you a pro?" Like, as a matter of fact, how do you decide on a given day whether you're going to shoot right-handed or left-handed? The guy says, well, I just have this arbitrary system. He says, I wake up in the morning, I roll over and I look at my wife. If she's laying on her left side, I golf left-handed. If I look over at her and she's laying on her right side, I golf right-handed. One of the guys says, what do you do if you wake up and she's laying flat on her back? He says, well, then I'm 5 or 10 minutes late.
Steve?
I give it a 6.
I give it a 6.
Solid 5.
Are we doing joke time?
It's open mic. You can say whatever you want.
I got a joke I haven't told before.
No.
What? My jokes are funny.
Wriggles World says, Happy James Cook got what was coming to him day on non-sec. James Cook. Who's James Cook? Who is James Cook? Wiggles World.
No idea. That's not familiar.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Let's hear your dad joke.
All right. This was a joke that somebody told me in the Navy. I just kind of never forgot it. So this hairlip goes into a convenience store, and he says, "Excuse me, I need some toothpaste." And the clerk decides to be a dick, and he's like, "What?" He's like, I need some toothpaste." He's like, what kind of toothbrush you use? Hairlip goes, I don't know. He's like, well, I can't say the right kind of toothpaste unless I know what kind of toothbrush you use. I don't know. I'll go home and get it. Goes home, comes back, and goes, Colgate toothbrush. And he goes, oh, then I have to sell you Colgate toothpaste. Hairlip goes, oh, okay. Next day, Hairlip comes back and goes, excuse me, I need some shaving cream. I goes, what? I need some shaving cream. He's like, okay, well, what kind of razors you use? I don't know. He's like, well, I can't say the right kind of shaving cream unless I know what kind of razors you use. Okay, I'll go home and get it. Comes back and goes, look at Bic razors. He goes, then I have to sell you Bic shaving cream. He's like, oh, okay, no problem. Next day, the hairlip comes back and he has this box. And that box has a hole in it. And he hands it to the clerk. And the clerk goes, what's this? He goes, stick your finger in it. The clerk goes, what? He goes, stick your finger in it. The clerk goes, okay. Now pull it out and smell it. Oh, man, that smells like shit. Yeah, what kind of toilet paper should I use, motherfucker?
Oh.
6. That was worth at least a 7. Critics.
I'll give you an 8.
All right. Frustrated Atheist, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
So mine's, of course, the slam poem, because that's what I was told what this was. And it's just a bunch of random nonsense I threw together. Medicine killing us, government killing us, crystals heal us, but big pharma's pockets are deep enough to drown us all. Billion-year-old Earth is lies from the underside of the flat young Earth, a flat young Earth that is covered in water.
Water.
Yeah.
Was there otter in that water?
There's always water in the water.
What is the deal with otters? That's like an increase of. They're everywhere.
They're
Here,
water.
Dave, I'm sending you Jim's number to add on Skype. I'm also going to send over we've got to get Jim a sick beat to do his rap. So I'm going to do that from the Creator Studio, and I'll just send that over to you too.
Hey, and by the way, the poem that I have to share is more of a rap, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know if he's up for it, but later on, I challenge Jim Majors to a rap battle.
Oh God, the two whitest people on earth are going to have a rap battle here on Non Sequitur. This is okay. We can do that. Let me get some music set to go. Steve, actually, Agnarothi, you have another one, don't you?
I do. See if you can recognize the style of this one here. Okay.
Sure.
To truly understand anything at all, the bucko must clean his room. But how does the bucko clean his room if he does not first know the metaphysical archetype of what the room really is? We have to understand the bucko's room as a narrative. The filthy moment in time we see is not what the bucko's room truly is. That is not its substrate. It is only when we see the end of the narrative that we truly grasp that what the room intends to say to the bucko. So clean your room, bucko. Clean your room.
Okay, JP.
Lobster Man.
I thought it was Sam Harris.
Good deal. Okay, let's see. Let's do. Anyway, did you have another one? I'm trying to fill time while I get this music set up. If anybody else has another one that they want to run through real quick,
I can read you a poem that I wrote in high school if you want, if I can remember it by verbatim. But it's cheesy. I mean, it's high school poetry.
That's fine.
I'm probably gonna get 5. All right, fine. I am doing this by memory. It goes back a lot of years, so hopefully I won't mess it up. And it's cheesy. We exist in each other's worlds to only limited degrees, bonded by ties of a substance formed from our perception of reality. What we think may be real between us might not necessarily be factual, having both the properties of the non-existent and properties of the actual. But when the boundaries of the physical realm are eventually transgressed, a new consciousness develops which mere words cannot express. A brave new world to be explored, which one cannot do alone. So many things which we must learn, so much we must be shown. But all these things mean nothing if there's no one there to care. They turn to empty holes of emotion if there's no one around to share. So we must either leave these worlds apart or bring them closer together. But if we choose the latter, this world may go on, but the word of love is lost forever. Not bad for I don't know, I was like 10th grade when I wrote that. I still remember it.
How about that?
I'm more impressed that I remember it than the quality of the poem.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad at all, man.
Everybody snapped their fingers, man, like in a beatnik cafe. That was good.
I used to have a book of poetry I've lost over the years, and I just happen to remember a few. That was one that I memorized.
Seeing if
you still need time, Phil, Kyle?
Yeah.
I have one that fits nicely thematically with that.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, this is called The Mind. The mind is that mysterious thing which makes the toiler and the king. It is the realm of thought where dwells the nursery rhymes that father tells. It is the source of all that gives high color to the life he lives. It starts the smile or shapes the frown. It lifts man up or holds him down. It marks the happy singing lad. It marks the neighbor kind and glad. And worldwide over this we find, a man is fashioned by his mind. How strange it is that what we see and seem to cherish tenderly is not the outward garb of clay, for all are formed the self same way. Not in the hands and legs and cheeks, not in the common voice which speaks, lies man's identity on earth. All these come with the gift of birth. But love and friendship and delight lie in a world that's hid from sight. The mind of all is master still to fashion them for good or ill. So men and women here are wrought by this strange hidden power of thought, and each becomes in life the thing the mind has long been fashioning. Man's body moves and eats and drinks, and but reflects the thoughts he thinks. His every action leaves behind merely the prompting of his mind. Bad men have arms and legs and eyes, that which we cherish or despise, and shapes each individual soul is wholly in the mind's control.
Wow.
Wow, that was really good.
Yeah. That was very good. All right.
So I'll do mine. I'll do my other one up my poem if you want.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. So this is an atheist poem. It's called The Tooth Fairy. And I've actually started writing it in like 1999 and then up until a couple years ago as I was still adding to it. It's a little long, but I say it kind of fast, so shouldn't take but a couple minutes. Okay, the truth bites, it pricks, it stings. I'm trying to remember it just like Steve's trying to. The truth pricks, it bites, it stings. So you tell a lie to mitigate the pain, build a facade to keep yourself sane, but the truth only hurts if you don't let it in. You've got the right to believe in God, and I've got the right to be lucid. Sounds harsh, but it's not bigoted because you weren't born with belief in your head. Bloody, bawling, buck naked enter all of us. All we know is what we know, what we learn, and what they tell us. So please don't mind if I don't take you serious about this cat named God and his boy Jesus. Or maybe you're down with Allah. Maybe you're down with Allah or you're Jewish. Doesn't matter. Every deity's cartoonish. Might as well be worshiping the Three Stooges. At least the Stooges exist. I got the evidence. Oh man, I can't believe I'm not remembering this. Oh, God's not a being, not a her or a him. Each letter's a word, you know, an acronym, like getting over dying just to stay sane, or greatly obfuscating death to help ease the pain. It's a wonderful world not built in 7 days, no divine intervention or mysterious ways. When shit doesn't happen, it's not God's grace, and one man and his rib didn't start the human race. You say God's hand guides history. Well, what's the deal with all the tragedy? When things go wrong, or when things go right, it's not its mercy. When things go wrong, is it his apathy? I mean, if he saved the baby down the well, the million babies that died that day must be in hell. Why would a God pick which evil to repel? The answer's clear. God is fictional. The Vatican was silent during the Holocaust. While slavery reigned, was God's guiding hand lost? Why did we have to wait for Rosa Parks? Which Bible verse read, back of the bus if your skin is dark? Why would you want to be an altar boy? You could wind up really altered, boy. Wind up some sick priest boy toy. And if he's caught, another church, another toy. If a corporation covered up raping kids, everybody would have flipped their lids. If it had been Microsoft, McDonald's, or some other biz, their stock would have dropped till they were done in. But the Catholic Church, it still stands, and the Church's sin was greater than the pedophiles, man, because a pedophile can't control himself, or maybe he can, but the church was in control when it covered up sins. So if you're a pedophile avoiding the law, just buddy up with that cat cardinal law, because covering for pedophiles is Vatican protocol. Every one of them's guilty, all the way to John Paul. When John Paul was done, we got Benedict. I wonder how many altar boys he tricked. Each unsuspecting lad handpicked and taken to the rectory and piously dicked. Public prayer is about the public more than the prayer. Can't your God hear you anytime, anywhere? You pray in public to show you're together and to cast light on those who dare differ. I mean, didn't you say there was a judgment day? Well, why are you bitching about everything today? If we all get it in the end anyway, why the fuck do you care if I'm atheist or gay? It's hard to stand apart from the throng. How many believe just to belong? You got to die to see if you're wrong. As death draws near, is your faith still strong? In the name of God, people fly planes into buildings, strap on bombs, and detonate public gatherings. Some even condone homicide by truck dragging. If I was one of the faithful, I wouldn't be bragging. Just imagine 7 billion people on the same page. John Lennon knew the score, a modern-day sage, taken from us all by some Bible thumper's rage. Yeah, just imagine, what would John sing if he was here today? There is no God up in the sky, no Holy Ghost to deify. It's just her and him and you and I, and when you die, you really die. There are no angels on a wing, no watching over guardian. No one hears the hymns you sing, and each and every one of us is a supreme being. Romantic musings these might be, though not uttered from bended knees. I have faith in what I can see. Oh, and by the way, there's also no tooth fairy. That's it.
Damn, somebody's going to put that to music, man.
Damn.
Somebody needs to score that shit right there.
10.
Wow.
John, I need you to write that. Send that to me.
Okay. I don't even think that was all of it. That was as much as I can remember.
Okay.
That was epic.
Nothing's going to beat that.
That was by memory? Wait, that was by memory?
Yeah, everything I just said was by memory. Some of it I missed.
Is
it written on?
Real quick, is Jim in the call?
He was, but
Jim, are you
I
here?
don't think he is.
He came back and he left, so I don't know.
Jim came in and said, I listened to that shit, and he said, I ain't following that.
Steve, find out where Jim is. Knockdown Wheel says, if a brassiere is an upper, topper, flopper, stopper, and a jockstrap is a lower decker, pecker, checker, what do you call a punch-drunk Japanese fighter whose father has dysentery? A slap-happy Jap with a crap-happy pappy. That's almost a tongue twister.
Yeah,
the
look,
double
nothing-
in 20.
all I'm saying-
The double
Okay.
in 22 says, if you had a beat, you'll have a good rap. And Cajun Crustacean says 10 out of 10.
Your call
Home needs to be
forwarded.
set.
Automatic voice message system 6823330.
Whoa, Dave. Whoa.
That ain't me.
Damn,
Dave, are you dialing something?
Damn, that was close to doxing somebody. Oh. Cajun Crustacean says 10 out of 10 needs to be set to a Queen song. I think an Eminem beat would be better.
Yeah, Eminem would do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
there's some Catholic stuff on there.
I actually think that what's his name? Damn, he does a lot of the like woke style type of song. I forget his name. Shit, never mind. I can't even think of his name. You see you'll see him like they'll share his videos and stuff on Facebook. But it's like the black guy that usually has some kind of like white contacts in.
I'm not sure. Hip hop's not my strongest. I know it's hard to believe, but hip hop's not my strongest avenue. Where's Jim at?
So I just messaged this. So what is your favorite poet that, if you just had to pick one that somebody else wrote? I'll read the first stanza from mine and see if people can guess what it is. This is like one of my all-time favorite poems. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. I'm sorry I could not travel both. I be one traveler long I stood, and I looked down as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. What's the name of the poem? Who wrote
it? It's
the path less
Robert
traveled,
Frost.
and I don't
Robert
remember.
Frost.
Yeah, I would have guessed Robert Frost.
I kept thinking
that's not the name of that's not the name of the poem though. You got the name of the.
It's not. Oh, okay.
No.
Hello.
You're close though, but that's.
Got a spaghetti.
You guys,
yes, we are having
That's
Jesse
not
Lee
the road
Peterson
less
on.
traveled. No, it's close. It's the road not taken.
Okay.
We can hear you, Jim. We can hear you, Jim. Yes,
Little-
Scott
little
Spaghetti.
low.
We are. Hold on. We are having Jesse Lee Peterson on Monday. He will be here at 8 p.m. Eastern. He will be having a chat with Jake from Hugo and Jake, the Bible Reloaded, and the two issues at hand are, number one, why I am a soy-filled girly man, and two, SJW culture and outrage culture. Are they beneficial or negative to society? Okay, so we have Jim. Jim, did you hear John's rap?
No, I did not. He
Oh,
has
man.
to do it again.
He has to do it again, he says. Turn your mic up, Jim.
Let's see.
You have
Sounds
to do
loud
it
to me.
backwards too.
Yeah,
You sound
it was fantastic. It was fantastic, Jim. But we've got a beat for you, Jim.
What
We're gonna
about
let you. You sound good. We're gonna let you do your thing. John has challenged you to a wrap off afterwards, so this will be kind of like a warm up for you here.
Okay.
And cool. All right. So Dave will play the beat.
You got a beat?
Mm-hmm.
No pressure, Jim.
Lay
I just
down.
got 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Let me ask you this real quick. Is your God omnipotent? Is your God up in this shit? Can it be coincidental that he never calls or visits you, sit with you, never even stand with you? I must insist on giving an instance. Why is it that our future citizens are still living in dissonance and praying to the ceiling with endlessness? I can't hear the beat at the same time. Let me try to unplug this.
One word, dude. Downbeat. Downbeat.
Okay. Well, if I could hear the beat, it'd be.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, I don't think you hear it. He's not on the downbeat at all. Not at all.
You hear it now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Communication, cognitive manipulation. Flat Earth is flat Earth. Save yourself from disaster. You need to realize the truth. Who gave words to the pastors? Who gave birth to the bastard? Damn. Am I a deceased man? I'm asking because the plan is shattered. Come, never happened. Really thanks to me, seeds for that. But religion got rolled up, come, land, ain't father, and what on? Don't even matter. Your suspect God and the carry cost is of it.
He lost it because he's losing it. It's breaking
I
up.
couldn't
on him,
hear a
that's
word
why.
he said. All I could hear was the music.
Yeah. He was more on the beat though. He was definitely more on the beat.
That's the problem. It's a one-way connection with Skype. So like if I'm sending to y'all aren't going to hear anything. We're not going to be able to hear anything from you.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
Did it go over the stream?
You know what?
though?
I tell you what, though, we could, you know what, though, with two professionals such as you guys, and you ain't scared, so let's just do it a cappella. Do we have? I tell you what, do we have anybody in the live chat that can beatbox, that can do a beat, like the? I can't do it, obviously, but is there somebody out there that can do that? That would be cool. Well, you try it, Steve.
Can Steve just pound out a beat on his belly?
Don't use the word pound and Steve
It's like a snare drum
in the same sentence.
Yeah, it's like a double bass actually.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Mr. ID can come in and get him to do it.
What kind of beat are you looking for?
Daniel 603 says, "Y'all are white as fuck." Yes, yes, we are.
What kind of beat
we
are you
are
looking
aware
for?
of this. Yes.
Just anything they can rap to, doesn't matter.
I'm not.
There's
good
not
at
too much
beatboxing.
delay to do that between people. We just need some who can beatbox.
I said I'm not good at it, but I can try to.
That's all we ask for around here. Just try.
Okay.
Give it your best.
The only thing you risk is ridicule. Go for it.
Mockery, shame.
Yeah, and the internet hating you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do that every night.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the internet hating.
Yeah, we do that
Do you
every
realize
night.
do you guys realize that every time we have a show, we put ourselves out there to be mocked, ridiculed, and anything that could possibly go wrong, to the point where we lose all credibility, honor, respect, loyalty, friendships. Yeah. So I mean, what have you got to lose, man?
You're just one stupid remark from going viral at any given moment.
Isn't that the way it always is?
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. This is about drowning your children. You'll be made famous.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's. Who wants to go first between this wrap off, John or Jim?
Wrap off. Oh, we're gonna do that right now.
Yeah. Well, when did you think we were gonna do it?
That's what the whole thing was. Yeah.
I haven't heard John. I want him to go.
You want me to do what I already did?
No.
No.
Freestyle.
No. Yeah, just freestyle.
You'll have to listen to it later, Jim. It's in the stream.
That was good, Jim. You got a 10 out of 10.
I mean, I'd rather hear what Jim has to say first.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we're not doing this. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
I don't mind. I mean, I can go first.
Okay. Cool.
To be honest with you, I don't know how good I am freestyle. I usually think shit out first, but
John, you challenged him to the rap battle.
What do you mean? I know
I
did.
Wait.
I know.
Okay. Are we doing a rap battle or just like a rap off? Like, are we like battling each other here?
Is there a difference?
Well, yeah, I know nothing about John.
Oh,
other than
yeah,
white.
he doesn't.
Sure, yeah.
See, if he's normally he would attack John, like say shit about him in his rap.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, I'm old.
I just love it. I love it. Steve McCrae is explaining rap culture.
I've seen every epic rap battle of history there is. Okay, everyone. I even watched the Disney ones.
I'm Jim. I'm old. Very white. I'm fat. I'm missing a finger on one hand.
Heat shield. Add. I'm putting a name in the live chat. Add that to Skype, and we'll get you on here to beatbox.
Let's just freestyle then. Let's just freestyle about just whatever.
Yeah, I can just rap about anything. We're getting in a beatboxer, so this is a second. This is a second for you guys to think about your thoughts. We'll give you a few minutes to get where you want to go instead of just going off the cuff. So get the rap juices going. We're gonna get Heat Shield in here to beatbox so that you'll have some kind of thing. Also tomorrow, guys, just to let you know, we will be bringing back. Everybody has been asking for a debate roulette to come back. I expect it to be a hugely attended thing. So suddenly, I am at the beach.
Wow. Yeah, and by the way, we have a new and improved version of the debate roulette. So new and improved. Debate roulette 2.0. I don't even think Kyle's even seen it yet. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
What? Yes.
Have you seen the new and improved debate roulette?
Yes, but that's not coming yet. That's not tomorrow.
We're not doing that yet. I thought we're. Oh, come on. When are we gonna launch?
I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's ready.
It's not ready, Steve.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's ready.
All right, it's in the progress. We have a new and improved one coming out.
Yeah. So Heat Shield is are you here, Heat Shield? Heat Shield. It's not a link. I'll put the name in there again. Look for my thing.
It's really easy. It's my name. It's my name.
Yeah, add that.
Name.
Who's making you guys? If you're not talking, mute for me so that we don't have to hear that outside noise. Somebody's smacking something. Just mute if you're not talking. But yes, tomorrow debate roulette will be here again. I know a lot of you have been asking for it, so make sure you join us for that, and we'll have a good time. Steve and I have put together. John, hold on. I wasn't finished with my announcement.
Okay.
Yeah, relax. We're not going anywhere. We have plenty of time. But yeah, Steve and I have put together a list of topics for you guys, and I think they're going to be fun. Everything that you can imagine with controversy will be there tomorrow. So if you have an argument and you want to have it put out there, the channel in Discord will be open tonight. Also, if you are a member of the Discord, I will be in the voice chat after the show. So following the show. So if you want to come hang out for a few minutes, I'll be stopping by there after the show, and we can chat about anything that you like. So now, John, you may say whatever you want to say.
Something funny you might like to hear. So that the other night when Kent Hovind didn't show up, and I'm sitting there listening to the stream, listening to you guys explain how he fucked you guys over, and I thought, well, what the hell? Like, you call that Dr. Dino number, and there's like an option you can pick, and it rings right to Kent. So I dialed that number, and I was going to try and get a hold of him, and I was going to say, hey, Kent, man, there's some guys on YouTube. They're just really tearing you up, man. You should call in and defend yourself, you know? But I didn't get a hold of him. It went to voicemail. Well, 2 days ago, I get this call on my phone, and I don't recognize it. So I just, usually what I do is when I don't recognize it, I, refuse it. And then later I'll call it back to see who it was. So I call the number back, and it's Kent Hovind's direct cell number. He answers the phone. Oh, this is Kent. I was just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is Kent Hovind. I said, well, yeah, I missed a call from you earlier today. And he said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, probably one of 6,000. He goes, well, why did you end up calling me to begin with? And I just put it to him like that. Well, I was watching the stream the other day, and they were kind of tearing into you. And I was just going to let you know that maybe you should go on there and defend yourself. But as it turned out, you did call in, and and I don't even really remember what he said. He started talking to me like I was one of his acolytes for a couple minutes. But I thought after I hung up, I thought, so that stream, it must be a bunch of people that were watching called him. And this son of a bitch was sitting there the next day calling every one of them numbers like he was trying to find out who they were, man. Like, I mean, you guys got him rattled like nobody's business.
Okay. So you called Kent. Was that, are you talking about the Mr. Atheist stream that we did?
No, when Kent was supposed to show up and debate something.
Okay. Got it.
But then he was trying to claim trying to claim it was going to be on his channel the whole time, and
I got it. So Heat Shield isn't he don't have Skype on his phone, I guess, so he's not gonna come in. Okay. So we'll go back to Jim. Jim? Actually we'll have to give you rap names. So Jim and M, are you ready, Jim and M?
Really? Jim and M.
Yeah.
my rap name's MC Grandpa.
You don't get to pick your rap name, John. We picked it. Steve has to pick your rap name. I picked Jim's. So Steve has to pick yours.
Steve, you better make it a good one.
Jim and M is awesome.
John?
Shut up, Jim. Yeah.
What about Doc? Never mind. Yeah,
Well, he
go
is
ahead.
JP, so
John Ye West.
Lil John with an H.
John and M.
Kuyasa says Jim Ye West. That's hilarious.
Jim Ye West.
Go Jim Ye
Hey,
West. Jim Ye versus Jim and M. Jim Ye versus Jim and M.
All right, there you go. Jim and M, Jim Way. Let's do it.
All right, Jim and M.
West. Jim Way West. Do you like fish sticks?
Hey,
Jim and
yes,
M,
I am a gay fish.
Whenever you're ready, start. Let's do this.
Who's starting?
You.
I don't know. Don't disappoint, man.
Okay.
You're getting my hopes up for nothing at this point. Come on.
I'm going
DJ, spin that shit.
There's no beat, Jim. Just go.
Oh.
Thought we had a beat come in. What happened?
Yeah, I thought we had a beatboxer.
I literally
wait,
just said 2 minutes ago that he don't have Skype on his phone, so he can't come in. I literally said that like 2 minutes ago.
So sorry, you told me to mute you.
I was talking to Steve.
Oh.
You know, heat going out to Heat Shield in the live chat. Just so you know, I didn't have Skype before I came in. Now.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
know
I
what?
just
Hey,
go then.
I can give you a beat maybe. Hey Dave, give me the video. Give me the thing, and I'll play it through my speaker, and then he can.
Gosh, this is so awkward.
All right, well, go dry.
Go dry.
What do you do? What do you want from
Go
me?
dry. It's all you.
You want
Nothing.
to
Are we?
try?
Are you guys gonna rap or what?
Oh, Steve said he was going to get a beat, or no?
You told me not to.
You
now.
can't hear it. Yeah, you can't hear it.
Well, I mean, I can put
Okay.
the mic up to my speaker.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What are we doing?
But that would
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
You doing it.
All right, everybody. Look, listen. Let's decide what we're gonna do. Either we're doing this rap thing or we're not. But these pauses and silence.
Ooh.
There he goes, Jim.
Call me deception because I deceive and I'm twisting the things that you believe. I'm a grade A heathen. Now you are meeting the demon that keeps me searching for anything in my vicinity. Even the Hennessy giving me energy, give me the remedy up to infinity. Fuck all my enemies, I'm my own entity. I am the deity, you are conceiving me. I am the thing that you are seeing all your testaments, these testaments, everything that I've expressed, and then murderous verses blesses him. I'm demon made, but I'm heaven sent. But enough about me. What about you? What have you done? What would you do? Will you conform to the system and listen to all of the visions? Spit your existence is merely a witness, casting a shadow of a silhouette, thinking you're the big dog, but I'm the vet. These big, fuck, I can't. That's
that was pretty damn good. I gotta admit, even I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
suck.
that was. You don't suck.
That was great. The live chat's going crazy.
Not
actually,
really, I kind of
it's
screwed up.
It's going to be the live chat that chooses the winner. So,
Well,
guys,
it was either go really slow or really fast with it, and I hate rapping slow.
Yeah.
You even got Shannon.
Jim and
Q
him, that was awesome.
Sweet Heathen on their feet. Even they're going, oh my God, Jim! Yeah.
But Dave, hold on.
Look in the
We're
past,
gonna be
all the
throwing
violent
panties
acts, the
here.
only thing that relaxed in my mind was listening to rap and rock and roll. My pops is off his rocker. Yo, I'm broken, bro. How can it be so? There's the only thing that I know. And so I broke the cycle, realized death is vital. I banished idols and masters, high priests and pastors. I burned my idols, and then I burned the altars, and then I burned the ashes, and I burned to falter. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Jim,
John, you really want to? Do you want to compete with that? John, you really want to go?
That was freestyle. That wasn't something you wrote out in the past.
No.
I concede.
No,
No, he got to try. You got to try, man. Come on.
Yeah, you got to at least try.
Don't scare you.
All right.
Don't scare
Look,
you.
first, okay, I'll
You
try.
want the
I'll
music?
try. But I just first want to remind everybody of the wonderful thing I did earlier. But okay.
Yeah, there you go. You
I
already
mean,
wanted that
I
one.
can't. I can honestly say, without sitting down and writing something out, there's no way I can compete with that. But the only thing
All
I
right,
can
we're gonna
think
give it a
of
try.
is-
Ready?
Yeah, but I don't even need the music. That'll
You want the
just
music?
confuse me.
No, help.
No, I don't want.
You want the music? You don't want the
No,
music?
I don't want the music. No, I
All
don't
right.
want.
All right.
So,
Good call.
Jim, forgive me. You're awesome. This is the only thing I can think of. Somebody, I got reverb coming back in. Somebody doesn't have headphones on or something. All right. So, hey, Jim Majors, how you doing? That stash you're sporting looks like a glue on. They say that you're the head of a hate group, but I just think that you're a stupid dupe.
Oh shit!
I mean, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh.
Freestyle. Jim is the god. If that,
No, it's that's all you, bro.
Oh
that
boy.
was all.
All right. So
Yeah,
number
I
one
have
in the
to
live
say-
chat if Jim won, and number two in the live chat if John won. So we need to do Jim and M versus John Ye. So number one for Jim and M, number two for John Ye.
And it's number one all the way. I even vote one.
Jim and M
One.
is a. Shannon says she changed her vote because you used the word dupe, John. Shannon, do you?
It's a valid reason.
First Amendment a First Amendment auditor was shot in the leg. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Shannon, do you
freestyle about First Amendment.
Shannon, do you want to come in and join the party?
It was Furry Potato that got shot.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Furry Potato got shot?
Mm-hmm.
What was the circumstances?
I haven't got the details yet.
Shannon, I don't know, Shannon. Do you can come in and I'm sure you have a poem that you've written somewhere. Come in and read a poem. Give us some spoken word. Give us some. I want some of that fiery, like inspire me to want to climb Mount Everest. Spoken word, like.
Well, look, I don't want to piss Paula G off, but all Shannon has to do is come in here and go on camera because her face is poetry.
But you better be careful now. It's 2019. That could be misconstrued as sexual harassment.
Poetry,
hate crime,
her face, poetry could be.
Hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
Hate crime.
Yep.
Don't make me get sexual harassment panda out here.
Show me on the doll where he touched you.
Oh, now we're getting
Sexual
strange.
harassment panda from South Park.
Shannon doesn't do poetry, she said. Okay, Shannon. That just means Shannon doesn't really want to hang out with us. That's fine.
Yeah, and she had to change her vote again. She went back to Jim.
Hey, you want to get her in here real quick? Have Steve talk about agnosticism.
She won't be in the live chat then. Yeah, she won't be in the live chat.
Yeah, she
okay.
will just hack her chats and leave.
Does anyone else have anything to say before we say farewell to you guys, and then Steve and I are gonna have our discussion? But this was fun. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I know almost every word to the Dennis Leary asshole song.
To the what?
I said I almost know all of the words to the Dennis Leary asshole song.
Oh, wow.
Dennis Leary, I'm an asshole.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Anybody?
I have a question for Steve.
Go ahead.
So, that person that we all know is just such a horrible person, whose initials are DD. In that video I sent you on the email the other day, later on in that, I don't know if you listened to it, he said, and this is what I want your opinion on, or tell me if this is right, because I disagree with him. He said that if a proposition is false, then its negation must be true. And I don't think that's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, a proposition can only have two states, right? Logical, it has to be true or false. It can be no other. A proposition can be no other things. So if a proposition is not true, the negation is it's false.
I mean, but
So
what if
it's true, then you have not true, and not true equals false. So if something is not the case that it is true, it is the case that it is false.
Okay, but what
are you
about
asking?
if there's more than one thing that can negate the proposition? Like
Either
this
the
is what I
proposition
thought.
is true or the negation is the case. Be or
I
not
mean,
be.
but what if, okay, well, and this is where maybe I'm getting off track. Okay, so like say the proposition is there's three planets in the solar system. Like say sometime in the past, all we could see was we knew we were on Earth, and there was Venus and Mars, or Venus and Mercury. But then as technology got better, then we could see that there were 6 planets in the universe or in the solar system. So that negated the first proposition. But then further along on the timeline, we realized there's 8 planets. I mean, so then that makes the negation of the first proposition.
No. Each one is a different proposition. Each individual one is a separate proposition to itself. There are 3 planets is one proposition. There are 4 planets is another proposition. Each one is different and distinct.
Okay.
So if
the
the proposition is there are three planets, and even if at the time we think that's true, we find out later. We just find out that the proposition was false. And we had false belief, and we never had knowledge because knowledge has to be true. You can't have false knowledge. So you basically just we had a belief that wasn't true, and we just had a false attribution of a propositional state to that proposition. So if it was the case back then that we thought it was true, we were just wrong about it. It's a false proposition.
Never listened to anything that Darth Dawkins says too, by the way.
Yeah, Darth Dawkins thinks affirming the he thinks that affirming the consequent, which is the converse fallacy, is a valid rule of inference. He literally does. I mean, he's actually said it on more than one occasion. It's like, no, it's not. It's a fallacy.
Yeah.
I have a poem before I leave.
Okay.
It's by Shel Silverstein.
I love.
However you want to say it.
Wait. Which one? I have 2 that I love, and which one are you gonna do? You could either do.
Well, I'm about to say
or the sidewalk ends. Those are my 2 favorites.
Neither, but I believe it's from Where the Sidewalk Ends, the book.
Okay, I love that book. Love that book.
It's The Voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is wrong for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside.
I remember that one.
Lovely.
That was good. I haven't read that book in ages, but I remember Sylvia Stout Would Not Take the Garbage Out. That was a good poem.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna say, but thank you guys for coming on. This was a lot of fun, actually. We should do this. We should do this again more often. I know that there was as I had a lot of you had a lot more people on. Maybe it's because it's Valentine's Day that they couldn't. But reach out to them and see if they would be interested in doing this maybe next month. That would be.
Yeah, sure. I've got all the names. I'll check it out. Now, before you let me go, I did want to say thank you to Steve. He's been really cool. Teaching me some math and stuff like that and things like DMs, and he's been planning a stream, and I know he gets a lot of hate on Twitter right now, but I just wanted to say, man, thank you for what you've been doing for me, because I can't afford a proper education.
I'm thrilled.
Or a silent keyboard.
That's not my keyboard.
Sounds like an IBM XP.
Yeah, that's not my keyboard. I don't know whose that is, but that's not mine. I'm actually sitting here finishing up some art. In fact, I could show you what I'm working on if you guys cared to see it before we left.
Are you painting a keyboard?
No, I'm not painting a keyboard. Like I said, that wasn't my keyboard, so
I'm just giving you crap.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm actually working on a black and white landscape.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, hey, thanks, Steve. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
Sure.
I'll send you those lyrics, Kyle. From
All
that
right, sounds
poem
good.
I did earlier. All right,
guys.
take care.
Sounds like a
All right,
plan.
bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm
by
going
the
to
way,
read now.
Tell you that one of these auditors are going to get shot. Kyle, didn't I even tell you that's going to happen one of these days?
Yep. I knew it was. I mean, we'll talk about that here in just a second. Let me, since we're still on the poems thing, we're not done quite yet, everybody. So we were just saying about it. Then we're going to bring Shannon in. Shannon's going to do something, and then we'll call it a night. But I want to read, since everybody read their favorite poem, I'll read my favorite poem. Okay. You have an idea of what it is, Steve? Yeah, you have a guess?
Not off the top of my head.
No. Okay. This is a poem by Dylan Thomas. Do you know who Dylan Thomas is?
Doesn't ring a bell offhand.
Okay, here we go. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that poem now. I didn't.
Love it.
The name didn't ring a bell, of course, but I cannot forget that poem. Rage, rage against the dying light, of course. Yeah, do not go gentle into that good night. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I used to love reading about poetry. So, I mean, there's some wonderful poems out there that really make you think. I mean, I had to read stuff like a lot of Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner and a lot by Shakespeare. I mean, Shakespeare is all poetry. We did Romeo and Juliet. Had to read Julius Caesar. That's all poetry. I mean, it's all iambic pentameter. Brilliant stuff.
Is Shannon here? Is Shannon here?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. What's up?
Hello, Canadian neighbor.
You're gonna drop some beats for us?
I don't drop beats. I came to say happy birthday to Steve.
Exactly.
Steve's birthday today. Did anybody sing you happy birthday yet?
Can I make a request?
Maybe you can try. Sure, go ahead.
Will you please sing it in the style of Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn Monroe called it.
President Kennedy.
President.
I can try. I can try.
Gnostic.
Oh, fuck you, Steve. God damn it. I changed my mind. I changed my vote again. Did nobody sing happy birthday? You can't be serious. Steve, okay.
Yeah,
I'll sing you happy
I'm not
birthday,
gonna
Steve. Okay, I'll do it. This is making me self-conscious. I'm kind of glad I'm on camera right now. I'm in my pajamas singing you happy birthday, Steve. Are you ready? Are you ready? Brace yourself.
Ready.
I've got to do it Marilyn Monroe style. Okay.
I think so. I think that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you.
What?
Mwah, I blew you a kiss. You
Wow.
can't tell.
Holy cow. You're a karaoke queen, aren't you?
Wow.
Holy
No.
shit.
About that. Wow.
Holy shit. If I was on The Voice, my chair would be turned right now. I would have pushed that button.
You're on Kyle's team.
Holy shit.
Yay! I got a 10.
That was incredible. Seriously, that was incredible. Why don't you?
Who would have thought?
Why do we not know that you sing? Because listen, the runs and stuff
I
that
used
you
to
were
be
doing.
a singer.
Okay, I was getting ready to say. That is not someone who just casually sings. So what? Now that's interesting. Why don't you do that anymore? When you say used to be.
I used to sing with local rap artists a lot. Like I used to sing hooks for local artists on stage and stuff locally.
What?
And I was yeah, there's a rap artist named Classified. He's relatively big, I guess. And he's from here, and I used to sing with a lot of the rappers that he hung with. One of the main guys was J Brew, was the name of the guy. And yeah, so I used to sing a lot, and I was in the provincial choir. Like I was a singer for a really long time. I've lived an interesting life that no one ever asks about.
Wait, sure. Wait, have you studied music then, like actual music theory? I mean, 'cause obviously if you're a singer, you kind of have to. So you just have a natural understanding of octaves and notes and flats, sharps, and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I guess so. Maybe I don't know what half of that means. But yeah, it was
pretty impressive.
Work at a bar. I used to work at a bar, and when I worked at the bar,
did you like changes of key? I mean, you know, if somebody says, "Okay, we're going to do this in the key of C," do you just have a natural affinity to know what notes are in there as a thing, or
usually I'd have to give somebody to give me the note, and then I could hit it. So I don't intuitively notice, and I play the guitar, same difference.
Why are you not like still doing that? Because you should definitely continue that. Like, you're good, like really good.
Well, I mean, I sing around friends and bonfires and stuff like that, but it's not something that I pursue like a career and stuff. No, I'm an activist, so there's just not a lot of time for it.
I feel like I don't like. I thought we were BFFs. I feel like I don't know you at all. You used to do backup vocals for rap groups. What is this?
Yeah,
this is incredible.
I did for a really long time.
Wait, you were the lead bassist for Metallica on the first album?
And for Ludacris once when he was here.
You opened with Ludacris. What?
Steve
opened up.
Luke,
Yeah,
bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch.
Get
Get out the way.
Called Swollen Members, but they're yeah.
Swollen Member.
So yeah, Swollen Members is a rap group that was here in Canada. They opened up for them in Nova Scotia. Whenever the larger rap artists came to Nova Scotia, I was not lucky enough to be on stage for them. I was on stage for the East Coast Music Awards showcases when I was still singing. I performed locally.
Swollen Member for a rap.
Wow.
Okay.
I am. You know what? I have a friend that works at a radio station here in where I live. Really good friend of mine. We used to do stand up together. We would like on the weekends go and to the clubs and all that stuff. But part of what he would like his job is at the radio station because they're you know, he's on the morning show there and they send them out to various places that are like having special events or whatever. They do like a live on the on scene thing. And Flow Rider was coming to this club that's here in Greensboro, and so he was doing a spot there. He was doing a live spot. So he often gets free tickets to this stuff, and he'll call me up and he said, "Let's go to this." And so I'm here. I'm there at a Flow Rider. I'm there at a Flow Rider concert, right? I have no rhythm. When I say that I am like absolutely white, I am as white as can be. I think I was the only person at that club that didn't move the entire time I was there. And I don't know his, when he said "Come Flow," I know a couple Flow Rider songs. So I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. When I got there, I just felt awkward the entire time. I was like, I know I should be moving in some fashion, but my body won't do it. Just won't.
So are you saying that we're not going to go dancing at the Faithless Forum, Kyle? Because that makes
well,
makes me
see
sad.
that's different. Like if it's like a club where everybody's just out they're dancing or whatever, then I can do that. But me standing there by myself, or not by myself, but with a group of friends there, everybody's moving, I just can't do it for some reason. I feel I think I'm too self-conscious in that regard.
Oh,
Unless
I
I'm really
have
drunk.
absolutely
Now, if I'm
no regard for
wasted,
that.
if I'm wasted,
Oh, challenge accepted.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you though. I'll tell you what I can do. Okay, I can do songs that have the instructions on what you're supposed to do in the song, like the electric slide.
Well, so you can do
You know,
like
it
the
says to the left,
Macarena.
to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. I can do that.
I used to do the Macarena.
You know, like,
You do the Macarena?
Um, yeah,
Macarena,
yeah.
And the chicken dance.
Yeah, I used to do
Yeah.
the Macarena. Exactly.
I can
I
do.
used to square
I can
dance.
do-
How about that? Believe that? I used to do full square
That's
dance.
not dancing though. That's not dancing though. Here's
Okay. Look at this. No true dance fallacy. Okay.
here's the question, Steve. Can you Soldier Boy?
No, but I could do an Alaman left and a. I don't know the terms anymore. I know an Alaman left and what is it? Do-si do, four corners.
We'll take your word for it. We'll take your word for it.
Oh my
But
God.
yes, Shannon,
Back in the
you're gonna be at Faithless Forum, right?
Yeah, I am. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have
excited.
so many hugs to give out. So many.
I know. That's the thing. It's like
not even optional.
You're finally gonna. We're gonna be there with people that it's gonna be like. And guys, make sure that if you can go to it's in Dallas this year. It's what?
April
Do you know the dates
27th.
off the top of your head? There you go.
April 27th.
The 27th. You can get your tickets online at faithlessforum.com, and we'll see you there. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Cosmic
and I'm a
Skeptic's
hugger,
gonna
too.
be there. Rationality Rules. Rachel Oates is going to be there. Me and Paul are going to be there. Kool-Aid, Genetically Modified Skeptic's going to be
Flying in
there.
from Britain?
Yeah, so are Rachel and Steven. Rationality Rules is going to be there too. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And Cirrus is going to be there. Paul's going to be there. You're one of the speakers, Kyle.
I am.
Kyle.
I am one of the speakers.
I wonder if you're on a panel with me. I haven't seen the panels yet.
I haven't seen the panels yet either. I just know that they asked me to be a speaker. So, which I'm really looking forward to, because usually here on this show we get a lot of people that are from either up north or out west, or up north where you are, and so my accent sticks out. In Texas, I'm going to be fantastic. I'm going to be great.
You're going to berate it.
I won't stick out. I'll be among my people.
Which is funny because Eric and Drew and Thomas are all in Texas, and none of an accent that I would be like, they're from Texas. But you, if you walked up the street and told me you were from Texas, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Oh man, I've got my cowboy boots ready.
And you all
I've got my cowboy boots ready and my bolo tie, my little bolo tie. So.
Please don't.
We gonna do it right.
Please don't do that. I'm asking you right now. Don't wear a bolo tie. We're not going dancing.
But I do have some pretty hot cowboy boots.
Thank you. That's fine.
Cowboy boots.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Wear a bolo.
Okay. Shannon, do you have anything coming up before we close out for tonight? Do you have anything you want to announce? Anything you want to get off your chest? Say.
Yeah. So many things off my chest. You to make a tank top in girl sizes, because I can't hope and one is amazing and I need it. And on top of that, listen.
What is?
You need to make it in girl. Not the unisex tank top. Girls don't wear unisex tank tops because we have, things between our shoulders that make it difficult for a flat tank to look attractive on us.
I have the women's tank top. I thought put out there.
You have the
do I not?
One. Did you have the women one?
I'll fix it.
Okay, I'll look again.
I'll fix that. What color do you want? Purple.
Whatever the default is, I'll just be so happy if it's a woman's one. Whatever you think is the best. But yeah, I like purple.
I'll put that on my list.
I like purple.
Put that on my list. By the way, we should briefly address the controversy that you and I were embroiled in a couple days ago, because
oh dear sweet baby Jesus. God damn it. Do it. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go. Fine.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brett Keene from God TV Radio, and Shannon Q backed out of a conversation with me because I don't know why, but Shannon, why'd you back out of a conversation situation?
No, listen to me. Listen to me. I just threw something on the floor because I'm. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't even back out in the conversation at all. I told him I had hesitation in engaging in a conversation with him because he was behaving erratically and being rude. And I'm not super familiar with him aside from him interacting with you. To this, Carl said, "You don't know who Brett Keane is? You remember? Because you were talking to him on."
Yep.
I was like,
That is a
guy.
little surprising. Yeah, I mean,
I had
it's hard
no
to.
idea who he was.
I don't know how
I
that
had
is.
no idea
I
who he
mean, he's a legend of dumb fuckery on the internet for God long before I even came around the scene. I mean, the guy is just.
I only
He is
really got into watching YouTube stuff like the past 2-ish years when I fully deconverted into atheism. So I'm not sure why that's. And I was watching people that were interesting and contributed things. Like I didn't even know who the drunken peasants were.
Shannon, Brett Keane is literally like one of the very few people on the planet that theist and atheist hate him alike. I mean, he's alienated like every group out there.
He acts really erratically. Like he runs hot and cold. He's dysthymic. Like he called me out, and then in the video he did on me, he was like, he essentially at the end of it said, "Yeah, and if you don't, you're a coward." So I tweeted something that was well, it was kind of directed at him. It was about him, but I didn't reference to him. That said, if you want to engage somebody in a positive dialogue, here's an introduction to them by saying, "Hey, if you don't engage with me on my terms, you're a coward," because that makes it seem like you're not an honest interlocutor. And he commented on that tweet and just went bananas, like said that all Christians weren't going to talk to me anymore. And he's got lots of video evidence about how I've been rude to Christians. And so I retweeted that and I tagged a bunch of Christians who I talk to and theists that I talk to on a constant basis and was like, "Could you explain to me if I've been rude to you? Because I feel like we have great dialogue." A bunch of them were like, "Shannon's fantastic. Like get along with each other. Shannon's very respectful." And he went bonkers and blocked me and just started posting all kinds of crazy crap about me. Just blocked me. I reached out to him and then he changed his thumbnail to me on his video that he did of me to me with a pacifier. So jokingly, I went on his and I was like, "Oh, I can't post a picture because I really like that pacifier picture," which actually is kind of funny. Like it looked kind of funny, like amusing, funny. And so anyway, my friend came up on Discord and he DM'd me and he's gonna post these DMs. I hope he does because there's nothing. I didn't do anything in them. He said, "Yeah, you shouldn't have a chat right now." I said, "I'm with my kid. I'm not going in to have a chat with you at the moment. And also you've proven yourself to be dishonest and not really worth talking to," because at this point he had changed the pinned comment on his YouTube video to saying that I would not I backed out talking to him unless I had several of my atheist friends back me up, which never happened. I didn't give him a yes or no period at this point. He just blocked me after being insane. And so I said, "Actually, you're completely dishonest. You're completely dishonest because you just posted this. You know that that's a lie. It's a verifiable lie because there are no interactions between the two of us where I said yes or no. You blocked me on Twitter and I said not a bad thing about you. You said a bunch of reprehensible things about me, but I never blocked anybody off Twitter. You said horrible things about me. You're the one who blocked me. Why would I want to interact with you?" And then he said I was a coward. And I said, "No, I'm not a coward. Not only am I not afraid of you, I understand that you're using manipulation tactics on me right now. And that may work with people who are defensive. It doesn't work with me because A, I don't care what you think about me. So I'm not invested in making you have a good opinion of me. And B, I'm not prone to discuss people who are manipulators. A bunch more videos. He is something else, that guy. Let
me tell you what he said. Let me tell you what he said about the on his last video. Which was we did a show called "Attention, the LGBTQ rights trump your holy book or are more important than your holy book." he did a response video called "Are LGBTQ rights more important than our holy book?" where he lays out this.
Yeah.
Here's what he says. He said that number one, there are no real scientists outside of Christian scientists. That there isn't anything an atheist scientist has ever done that couldn't be done by a Christian or couldn't be eventually come across. He said that in his model, if all the atheists, all the gays, all the pedophiles, because he lumps all of them together in one group. He lumps atheists,
those are comparable.
agnostics.
Okay, good to know.
Right. Exactly. But pedophiles and gay people. He said that if all of them disappeared from the planet today, the world would be a fine place because Christians have done more for this world in their entirety than we ever could. Now, he then says that on the flip side, if you got rid of all the Christians and just left the atheists, the gays, the pedophiles, whatever, you wouldn't have anything, because the Christians have done all of the inventing, all of the. He does credit Elton John. He gives Elton John and Freddie Mercury credit for having good music. He says that he likes Elton John and Freddie Mercury, but then he goes on to talk about. Yeah, I'm sure. But then he goes. His endorsement is a great deal. But then he goes on to abortion, right? And he says this: because of the LGBTQ community and because of atheists, we now have it in our society. And he is serious as a heart attack when he says this, because he said it multiple times, where when a child is born, the doctor asks the mother if they still want the child. And if the mother says no, then in his own words, and I quote, well, then the doctor's got to either smother the baby or inject it with poison to kill it. That's the narrative that he's pushing. I know that's not true.
No kidding. Brett is a pathological liar. He doesn't care.
It's the most untrue statement ever. Like, where are these hospitals where doctors are going, oh, you sure you still want it? Oh, no? Okay.
The fact that you even think that he even believes any of this stuff is just mind-boggling. He does this for the lulz. He is a lulz cow.
Is that an overextension of babies who have encephalitis? Because it's an issue with babies who have encephalitis when they're
his
born.
Daughter has encephalitis. His daughter was born with encephalitis.
With encephalitis?
Yeah, and
maybe I'm thinking of the wrong disorder. Like they're born with a portion of their brain on the outside of the baby, and like they're essentially only viable. The baby's only viable for a matter of maybe hours to a week, and it's just non-suffering. And in those instances, in some cases, babies are euthanized, but not perfectly healthy borns ever.
Yeah, of course. That's the narrative that the narrative that he's pushing is that because of
a baby and be like, I changed my mind.
Right. Exactly. He's lying about the late term abortion bill that started in New York. He's taking that and he's thinking that when they say late term abortion, that means that up at the delivery time, the mother can make a decision on that. But you know what, in his thought experiment, Shannon, do you know what the question that I want to pose to him? Let's say that we take his thought process seriously and we can make a group of people disappear. Do you know that we could make pedophiles disappear and half the priesthood would be gone?
if not
half,
more.
Just half. By the way, no, it wasn't encephalitis. His daughter had hydrocephalus. That's what
I think it's a different disorder. I could very well be thinking of the wrong order off the top of my head.
It was hydrocephalus because he used to refer to his daughter as Waterhead. That was his loving.
That is awful.
Daughter.
No,
he's
no,
a disgusting
no. I do not want that concept. He didn't refer to them as Waterhead. He used to make videos complaining that people were trolling him, calling his daughter a water-headed.
He used it himself. I've heard him actually call him that in his own narrative. Call his own daughter a waterhead. I will find you a video.
Steve, I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty damn sure it is.
Show me. Well, show me, but I hope that's not true. But maybe show me. Okay, Shannon, anything else you want to put out there that you've got on your?
Well, following that, I'm excited. Oh, yeah, right. How do you follow that up, right? My favorite part was when he did on us that you said, and he put this horrible screen capture of me and called me ugly, and I was like, did he just?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's like,
Okay,
"What's
so he
that
puts up a
ugly
picture of.
thing?" And it was a picture of
He puts up. The funny thing is though, he's doing an OBS tutorial, right? Because if you're gonna seek answers to doing OBS, you're gonna seek out Brett Keane, right? So he's doing this tutorial, and we can see his screen, and all of a sudden this random picture of Shannon pops up, just like, oh, picture of Shannon, and he goes, oh, well, what's that ugly thing doing up here? I'm just kidding. She's not ugly. She just ain't pretty.
I thought
fucking idiot.
it's funny. Well, because he's trying to get my goat, right? He must think that I'm in some show, and I'm not. I don't care if he thinks I'm ugly. Think I'm ugly. Say I'm ugly. I don't be like, what?
Do you see where it's coming from, though, Shannon? Do you see where it's coming from, though?
What's coming from?
No, you said it best with the mean thing. The thinks atheists are the most unhappy and unhealthy. Laying.
But he's lying in his bed eating zoodles. I said, I don't understand why he thinks atheists. He professes that atheists are the most unhappy and unhealthy group in the world, but he's lying in his bed eating zoodles, just getting angry at the internet.
Well, Shannon, people won't stop making fun of me. Situation.
God. It's just maybe if he wasn't so, I don't know, like he's difficult to engage with because he's somewhat nice for a second, and then he calls me a fucking bitch demon. And then he's like, but I tried to make you laugh. I was like, which one of you am I talking to? I can't have a conversation. I can't even have a text comment with you that's productive. I'm not going to engage in an actual conversation with you in the hopes that it's all well, because clearly things going to be gained from it. Holy smokes.
What? I don't know.
Anyway, so I'm having a good conversation, actually. I'm having mentally disease and telltale atheist and Lloyd from the John Cedars channel on my channel on Saturday the 2nd of March at 11 Eastern, because we're going to be talking about the mental health and ongoing life satisfaction issues and support issues that can occur due to apostasy from Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's the next thing for certain that I have a date set for on my channel. And those are all really, really fantastic people to have that dialogue. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be on back end. So that's it. For once I actually have a thing and I'm not just like, I don't know.
I like it. Do you know, before we close out, everyone, do you know who Jesse Lee Peterson is?
Kind of. I've seen one conversation that he had and it confused the crap out of me because I'll leave it at I know who he is.
You're going to want to tune in on Monday then. Yes, Monday. He will be here.
Yeah. Oh my God. I saw it fly by. He's talking to Jake, isn't he? Is he talking?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, that's going to be fun. Now. Yes. Jake is fun. He's a smart guy.
Dave, I think I know why Shannon's Shannon got a little choppy there. I think I know why. Dave, our resolution's up on our end. That might there we go. That it was just you were chopping in and out there just a second ago, Shannon. Let me read these three super chats real quick, and then we'll let Steve and Shannon have the last word on anything that they want. So, guys, it's Valentine's Day. Get something inspirational for the people. You have like 3 minutes to do that, and then we'll close out for tonight. But Cajun Crustacean says our 10 out of 10 poems needs to be set to a Queen song. Justin James Human, happy birthday situation, Steve. And Knockdown Will says there once was a man from Sinclair who had an affair on the stair. On the 68th stroke, the banister broke. So he did a 69 in the air. That's funny. Happy Valentine's Day. Love your show and thank you. Oh, well, individual, we love you too. Steve, do you have your parting words?
Yeah, so the story was, this was actually what happened. Back in the day, Brett Keane was known for doing very duplicitous things. One of the things he did, he faked an email that he sent from himself that he came up, and he called his daughter a water-headed idiot. And so that kind of took from there, and then the people have used it from there. But he's the one that actually started that. Yeah, Brett Keane is a very duplicitous.
Wait. So he sent himself an email from a stock account so that he could create outrage over the fact that.
Yes.
Yes.
I wonder.
He said it.
You know
He
what?
said it was
the
from
more
Fake
I
Sagan.
hear about this dude, the more I am like, wow, I made a good decision.
You got to remember, you got to remember, Shannon,
he tried to blame it on Fake Sagan.
He was trying to make it as an atheist. Nobody took him seriously. So he went over to the Christian side, realized he was getting inundated with love and money. People were buying him all kinds of stuff. That dried up. He decided to go back to the atheist thing for a little while. That didn't work. And then he went back to the Christian thing. No, this is legit. You can go read the history on this.
Fake Sagan was the guy they tried to blame it on.
That does sound familiar.
Holy
Stephen
smokes.
Anderson.
So at
Chris Anderson. I'm sorry, Chris Anderson.
I was like, not that guy. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of backstory with Brett Keane. I mean, he's not a good person.
Wow. Okay.
Shannon,
we're gonna be on DP next week, by the way. Next Thursday, people are asking.
Shannon, did you see? Did Vice Rhino show you the cover that I did for his new series tomorrow?
No,
have you seen that?
I should message him right now. I'm going to message him right now. I'm willing to bet that it's amazing. Is this for the Evolution Falsely So-Called series that he's doing?
Yes. I'm quite. I'll send it to you real quick, but I'm quite.
Is it your best
excited
work?
about it? I think so. Okay, Shannon, any final words from you? And before we get to Shannon, we're going to give Shannon the last word. Remember, I will be in the Discord immediately following. Well, not immediately following, because I'm going to have to go smoke a cigarette to calm my nerves. But 5 minutes after we close out the show, I will be in the Discord. You go to the link to the Discord is in the description, or you can go to www.nonsexshow.com/Discord. It will take you there. And then join the Him and Hangouts channel, and I will see you there for any questions or whatever you want to talk about for a little bit.
We actually have a last-minute submission for open mic night too.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
We'll play that, and then we'll give Shannon the last. We'll give Shannon the last word.
Okay, this is from our co-producer David McGinnis, also patron. So here we
Gage Paragon says, Andrastes Marabi, look up this poem. Andrastes Marabi.
Okay. So here's David McGinnis' submission.
I know what it's like living in a life that's confined. Voices screaming at me, telling me I'm out of time, trying to claw my way through this life on skate. Wondering how it is I built this cage. I built walls up high all around me, locked up in the chains that tie and bound me. Wounded spirits held within this barricade was sharpened like the edge of a razor blade. Greater me, a beta me to make me submit. The voice of negativity telling me to quit. When I think I found hope, they block it out, making me live in a world filled with doubt. Mocking voices in my head, screaming in my ears, cracking at the armor that I've worn for years. Like a monster living in the dark, feeding on my fears, hiding inside of me through all these years. It's too late to make your move. Life is cruel, not to get you. Life is short, don't get attached. You can't last without a scratch. Don't head straight to pull through your faded sign. Waste your time. Life is over in a flash. You can't last without a scratch. Every day that passes me, the world seems to laugh laugh at me. What if I let you get free? But it just ease up and freeze. Devil sitting on my shoulder, whispers in my ear, telling me all the things that I don't need to hear. Telling lies as he tries to bring to mind my fears. Telling truths that are ruthless that break me down to tears. Angel on the other side, and one time they tried to guide me, provide me with what I need inside me. Now I see that angel's gone, he's withdrawn, he's been gone and so long now that the devil's getting strong now.
Very nice.
Yeah, got very good. Nice.
That's good.
Very good, David. Yeah.
Dave.
Very good, David. So, what do you think, Shannon, about the cover?
It was really good. You kept his continuity too. I'm proud of you for that. That's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it anyway, but now I'm excited to see your artwork on it.
It's really good. I got an advanced screening of it, so that
Shut your mouth.
Yeah,
I am first on every one of his videos. I am so mad right now. That guy was getting
sorry.
talking to. I don't even care.
Well, it was so that I could make the thumbnail reflect what's in the video.
Your art,
so
whatever.
Yeah. See,
Whatever.
you're first there with him because you're everybody's favorite, but me, it was just for work purposes. So don't feel
Nice save. Solid save. You might have just saved my life. Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, dude.
We lost
Okay.
Kyle again.
Mike.
Is that the sign for no mic?
Yeah, that's the when he's looking up, what happens is he'll be looking down and he won't see anything, and I'll be going like this, right? And he'll be just like talking for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna continue on.
Bill Ludlow style just keeps going.
I don't know what is that.
His mic hates. I don't know what it is with his mic.
Only with Kyle.
So I was gonna yeah, it only happens on this show. Like when I'm doing other interviews, I don't know. It must be a vMix thing that hates me. But okay, so I was saying tomorrow, Vice Rhino is coming out with a series on the Matt Powell's Science Falsely So-Called, which is the dumbest name for a series ever, for a movie. Science Falsely So-Called. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a tongue twister. It just doesn't make any sense. But Vice Rhino is in turn calling it movie Falsely So-Called, which I think is a genius rebuttal to this. It's in several different parts. The first part tomorrow on the Founders of Evolution comes out. It is fantastic. So make sure that you check that out because it is great and you're going to love it.
And there's no way you're going to comment before me on the video. Just saying, I'm first on every one of his videos.
Oh, look, I have.
Good luck trying.
It's privated now, which I have the private link, which means I've already commented on it because it goes straight to the page.
Break your leg. Are you serious? You better go delete that right now. That's cheating.
Well, I didn't know then,
cheating.
but now that I know, I have to do it. I mean, it will just be.
You are a garbage ferret. I hate you. You're
garbage.
A nightmare.
Oh, that's the most creative cut down ever. You garbage ferret.
It deserves creativity. Man. That's how mad I am.
Oh man, that's funny. You garbage ferret. I'm putting that up on the shelf with discount gnome. So now I have a discounted gnome and I have a ferret that rummages through the garbage now up here on my shelf. Fantastic. Well, as I said, Shannon will have the last word. So after whatever Shannon says, we will close down for the night. I will be on the Discord. Links in the description. See you there or tomorrow for Debate Roulette. Shannon.
Awesome. Okay. So my last words are happy birthday to Steve. And also another thing I'm excited about, I forgot to mention, is I'm going to have Ozymandias Ramses talking to the Messianic Maniac on my channel, I believe the same week. I haven't solidified a date yet about whether or not we have a soul in the mind-body problem. I'm pretty excited about that. And also maybe I'll come to Discord for a minute and hang out. And thanks for having me on for this plethora of differing interesting discussions and singing interludes. As always, it's a pleasure.
Our pleasure. Good night, everyone.
Good night.